Hello everyone, my name is Arigla Chaudhary and in this video I'll be presenting my project titled AI Consent Form Explainer. The objective of this project is to use artificial intelligence to make medical consent forms easier for patients to understand while preserving the important medical and legal information. Here is a sample medical consent form on screen. Medical consent forms often contain complex medical terminology and lengthy explanations. For a patient without a medical background, it can be difficult to understand what procedure is being performed, why is the procedure required, what are the benefits, what risk and complications may occur, what recovery may involve. This creates a communication gap between medical professional and patients. Our project aims to address this problem by automatically converting a complicated consent form content into a simpler and more understandable explanation. Our proposed system takes a medical consent form in PDF or Word doc as input. The document is processed by a system and the relevant information is extracted. An AI language model that simplifies the content while attempting to preserve its original meaning. The system also identifies and highlights important risks and possible complications so that they are clearly visible to the user. Finally, the simplified consent information is presented through a web interface. The methodology consists of several stages. First, the user uploads a PDF or a Word doc medical consent form. Second, the backend extracts the text from the uploaded document. Third, the extracted content is sent to the selected AI language model. Our system supports multiple locally available models including Llama 3.2, Mistral, Gemma 3, and DeepSeek R1. The AI model is prompted to simplify the medical language without changing the original medical meaning. The system organizes the explanation into important sections such as procedure, benefits, risk, and recovery. A separate risk extraction component identifies important risks and complications from the consent form. These risks are then verified and highlighted in the final output. The backend of my system is implemented using Fast API. The main workflow contains a document upload, text extraction, AI simplification, risk extraction, risk verification, final explanation. The front end provides the user with an interface to upload a document, select an AI model. The backend receives the document and selected model, processes the content and returns the simplified explanation and identified risk. Here I have opened my web application. Now I will demonstrate the working of our system. This is our AI consent form explainer interface. Here we can upload a consent form in either PDF or Word doc format. For this demonstration, I am using a simple sample surgical consent form. The form contains information such as patient information, procedure details, descriptions, risks, and consent information. So once I've uploaded the sample form, then I will have to select which AI model I will have to choose. Here in this case, I can't choose, so I will have to type it out. Then I'll click on the upload or the process option. Once I've done, it'll take few minutes or few seconds of time. Then it will give me my desired output that will show what is my model used, the processing time, and the summary where it shows what are the risks, what are the missing risks, etc. Now I will show one more here that is in the backend. So in the backend part, I have selected which model I want. I can select Llama 3.2 Mistral, Geva 3 or DeepSeek R1. Here I have given which models I want for comparison. So I've selected for all four. Then I've chosen the upload consent form. That is whatever form I've given here, the same form I've uploaded. Then I've given compare. It will take at least several minutes. Once it is done, it will give me my compare model results. That is DeepSeek R1 has taken 195.82 seconds with risk missing 11. Gamma 3 has taken 54.94 seconds with same risk missing 11. Then Mistral time taken is 26.85 seconds with 2 risk missing. And Llama 3.2 19.61 seconds is has 12 missing risk. Now I will show my preliminary testing demonstrate that system can successfully extract text from consent forms, simplify medical information, identify important risk, and present the information in a structured format. The prototype also allows user to select different locally able AI models, providing flexibility for testing and comparison. The current implementation is focused on demonstrating the complete workflow from document upload to simplified explanation and risk identification. Now, the limitations and the future scope. There are also some limitations in the current prototype. AI generated explanation must be carefully validated because medical information is highly sensitive and the original meaning must not be altered. The system is therefore intended as an explanation and assistance tool, not as a replacement for a qualified medical professional or the original consent document. In the future, we plan to improve the system by improving medical terminology simplification, enhancing risk verification, adding multilingual support, improving accuracy through evaluation with larger database, adding stronger validations mechanism, providing a more patient-friendly interface, integrating additional medical document formats. To conclude, our project AI Consent Form Explainer aims to bridge the communication gap between complex medical consent documents and patients. By combining document processing, AI-based language simplification, risk extraction, and verification, the system can present important medical information in a more understandable format. Our goal is not to replace medical professionals, but to help patients better understand the information they are given before making informed decisions. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, kindly give in the comment section. Thank you.